your thoughts and opinions of the PS2. And I will start on my left. Donovan, you're on the box on my left. Your thoughts and opinions and retrospective of the PS2.
Jeez, I'm to the left. Fuck. All right. I love it. I've always been a fan of the PS2. I personally bought the Xbox during the time, but there are so many good games on the PS2. So, fuck it. I love it.
Ginjort.
Don't know what else to say about the PS2.
What did I mostly play on?
I
Played the Star Wars game that made me queasy, is it? The one that started with
that was the PC.
That was
That was the PC.
That was. Okay, then I played all the Harry Potter games
That was
too.
Darkness 2.
Yeah, the
I
Harry
did
Potter
play-
games.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah,
what
you played the
else.
Harry Potter games.
Everything I played on it, I loved. I can say that.
Yeah. You
I
also
don't
had Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
you
didn't play that one really.
and you still have to this day my gun games. What's it? Vampire Knight and Time Crisis 2 and 3.
I've got
the guns.
Yes,
You
the
got,
guns
you
are
got
here.
guns, Ginger.
Yeah.
You got
I
so
do.
many guns.
Fun
Okay,
game.
I don't know if that has a second meaning that's gross to me or not, but
Josh. Oh, sorry, Ginger.
no, sorry, good.
I was gonna say,
Thumbs
Josh, your thoughts and retrospective on the PS2.
I believe is it the top selling console of all time with 150 million units, if I'm correct. But I think the PS2 is an awesome console. I can like name a countless amount of games from that were on that system, such as like God of War, the Gran Turismos. I played a lot of Dragon Ball games. It was a lot of great games, and I would say that I remember for this game. I don't know if any of you guys played it. Was a SOCOM?
SOCOM, yeah, that was
Yep.
my very first multiplayer experience was SOCOM on a console.
Yes, and that game was awesome for online. I think it came with the headset at the time.
Yeah.
That everyone was chatting and everyone was having a great time. Like the PlayStation 2 had a great amount of games. I think it's a cool console. I don't know pretty much what else I can say except that it's a great console. I think it's better.
Well, here's a.
I think it's better. I think it's out of all the PlayStation consoles out there, I think it's still the best. It just had a really great amount of appealing games, in my honest opinion.
I personally like the PlayStation 1, but the point is that what like we're all gamers here. We all played like several different consoles. There's really not like a console that we can actually sit there and go, oh, that's a horrible console. Like I even like the Atari, the Dreamcast,
the Atari Jaguar,
things like that. You know, like. But
yeah,
there's
the 3DO.
there's still like
console.
memories with it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I was gonna say one cool thing about the PS2. You mentioned PlayStation 1. The entire PlayStation 1 library backwards compatible on the PS2.
Yes, that was pretty.
Oh,
cool.
true. Yeah, true.
Jonathan, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna get into it, and then my Wi-Fi is gonna cut out. So, am I lagging right now before I
That's
No.
start?
Yes.
Okay. So
Tons.
I also went with the Xbox when it came out instead of the PS2. So I went from a Nintendo 64 to an Xbox. But my friends had PS2s. And one of the greatest consoles of all time, in my opinion, is the PS2 because of the plethora of games that on launch. Because not only did they have a great selection of PS2 games, but it was backwards compatible with the PS1. They had really great hardware. Remember, the controller was really cool. I really liked the controller. And I just think it was a very well-rounded console. Played DVDs too, from what I remember. So it was.
That was one of the
so
main
it was
reasons
very useful.
it sold so well. Was it was a
Yeah.
DVD player? A lot of people bought it just to play their DVDs.
Yeah. So like the games were amazing. It was doing things at the time where a lot of other consoles weren't doing. I guess it was a direct competitor with the Xbox, but the Xbox had its flaws, and as a new system you would expect it to. But I enjoyed my time with the Xbox, but the PS2 to me had more enjoyable games. I remember sitting for hours playing Katamari. And that was one of my favorite games on the PS2, was just playing Katamari for hours. And there were narcotics involved with my motivation for wanting to do that, but it was an amazing system. So the PS2, like Josh said, it was like one of the biggest selling consoles of all time, and there was a good reason for it, because they were very smart with the launch. They were very smart with backwards compatibility. They were smart with extra features like it being able to play DVDs, and the online was free. Xbox, the online I don't think was free with the original Xbox, but the online multiplayer was very good on a lot of games on the PS2, and I just think it's probably one of the best consoles ever made. And I loved how the hardware, they slimmed it down. And I don't know if PlayStation, I guess they're still kind of doing that. They release a console and then they release a slim version of the console.
Yeah, they still do that.
Yeah, I think the PS2 Slim, a lot of people had that because they slim it down. I think they would drop it in price. So I think they started kind of doing that. But yeah, it was a great console.
I will say I actually have an opposite opinion to the Slim, but I'll get to that in a minute about my opinions of the console. I love the PS2. Tremendous library, just a great console. But when I look back on that generation as a whole, not a whole lot of bad things you can say about those consoles. The Dreamcast, the PS2, the GameCube, the original Xbox, all of them solid consoles. That was truly, I think that's when developers finally realized or finally figured out how to do 3D games. And I would say for 3D games, that was a golden age for 3D games. Backwards compatible, can play all the PS1 games. I think only the Wii can brag that, because the Wii could play, I think, all the GameCube games. Even the 360 can't play all the Xbox games. Even the PS3 couldn't play all the PS2 games. Long story short, tremendous system, a lot of great games. Sure, it had its flaws, but those were negligible. But I will say this, back to your point about the Slim. Some people prefer the Slim over the Fat. To me, I've owned two Slims. Both of them stopped reading discs. I've owned my PS2 Fat since I think 2011. Hasn't broken down yet. So it's this weird thing. Some people swear by the Slim, but I'm one of those people who swear by the original Fat model because I've never had a problem with it.
I think the PS2, if you can get one anywhere used, scoop it up, because it's a great system.
It's a great system, cheap. I think they didn't stop making games for it till 2010 or so. It was a long-lasting system. Apparently, Saddam Hussein was interested in buying a bunch to build.
Are you sure that wasn't the PS3? I mean,
no, it was the PS2.
Okay.
Apparently, he was interested, or the news was interested in him being interested in buying a bunch of PS2s to build missiles, even though that was totally bullshit.
Yeah, pull the chips out to build missiles. Yeah.
yeah, which was total bullshit. Definitely, if you're a fan of JRPGs, definitely get a PS2. Not only that, it plays PS1 games, so you can get all those great. You could get Final Fantasy VII, the original, and play it on your PS2. The PS2 much more reliable than the original PlayStation. I can say that the original PlayStation was pretty bad. With that, I guess this concludes the 2-Bit podcast. I would like to say thank you for Josh for enduring our shenanigans and being a guest on.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
And please check out his YouTube channel. That again is StatixJ, youtube.com/StatixJ. Please check him out. He will be in the description box below, and he will be annotated on the video itself. The dude has great content. He has a lot of knowledge and a lot of opinions on the video game industry. And always, dude, you always like have the latest games, it seems. So I'm a little bit jealous of it because it's like, oh, I want this game, I want to get it. So, but yeah, definitely check him out. He's awesome, he's cool, and thank you again, Josh, for coming on and being our guest tonight.
It's been a pleasure, man. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Josh.
I hope to have you on again in the future, and I hope to be on your.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, I hope to hopefully be on your channel in the future, and you showing people how to obliterate a person in Street Fighter V. Anyway, guys, so I am terrible at fighting games.
As go Cosby.
So,
It won't be hard.
It's gonna be fun.
Trust
man.
me, trust me. Donovan can tell you how bad I am at fighting games. He's played me in Mortal Kombat.
And I'm bad at fighting games, so there you go.
He obliterates me every time. In fact, it got to a point in Mortal Kombat where he would just go, "Just stop, so I can perform my fatality on you." Just so we could...
taking candy from a baby.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you really enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to keep up with everything we're doing, hit the subscription button on the video. And if you want to see more 2-Bit podcast videos, hit the video on the right. Or if you want to see some 2-Bit reviews, hit that video on the left. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.